NPC, non-player character. A character in a computer game that is controlled not by a living player, but by a program. They are needed to develop the plot. Life is, by all accounts, a game, which means that some people in it are living players, and some are NPCs. But what if you are the only living person in this game, and all the other people are NPCs? Then you are not just a person, you are the god of this world. At first glance, in this case you can do whatever you want without any consequences. The universe was created for you. It would be fantastically tempting. When everyone around you is not alive, but only programs, you do not need to worry about what they think. But it is not that simple. If there is no one else, then it is you who created the universe. Not yourself, of course. To make trillions of objects, you first need to make billions of machines that do everything around. Millions of artificial intelligences on super servers design these machines. And at the heart of all this is you alone. Not immediately, very gradually you make assistants for yourself. From the simplest and most primitive interactions to the most complex. Eternity makes you create infinitely large elements. The more complex and larger the system you create becomes, the less you control it. Machines make machines, and after a few steps you don't understand how exactly this happens. The parts you create increasingly leave the sphere of your attention and begin to live their own lives. And eventually they begin to control you. The entities you create acquire individuality and begin to influence you. This is the law. When you have eternity, sooner or later you create infinitely complex systems that get out of control and become the cause, and you are made the effect in the world you created. How can you control everything around you? Trying to increase your intelligence and the amount of your attention will lead to nothing. If you direct parts of your attention to infinitely different parts of the world, then the parts of your attention will also begin to differ infinitely from each other. They will acquire individuality and stop interacting with each other due to the infinitely large difference in perceptions. After this, it will be impossible to reliably identify yourself. The only way left is to direct your attention to different parts not simultaneously, but sequentially. To do this, you need to divide the universe into an infinite number of copies and sequentially live each part separately. That is, you need to first live the life of each atom, then each planet. Then each molecule, each living organism, and finally, each person. In this case, part of the attention will still get stuck in different objects, but it will allow you to preserve individuality. When looking at another person, you cannot exclude the possibility that a part of you lives in him. And that you have either already lived the life of this person, or you have yet to live it. And if you do not remember your past lives, then there is a high probability that at the moment you are living someone else's life. This is the version of reality that arises if we assume that you are the only one alive, and everyone around you is an NPC. However, this is only one of many possible options.